Hi, I'm Greg Cook and welcome to Cooking Company in Arab, Alabama. I'm going to take you back to your interviewer who's going to ask you a lot of questions during this interview process. If you have questions about last year, the tax year that we're preparing the return for, please bring those up. If you have questions about this year or the future going forward, try to hold those until the end of the interview process. Because once the interviewer has gathered all of the data from you and keyed that information into our computer system, he'll have a snapshot picture of your tax and financial situation on that computer screen and be better equipped to answer those questions. Now, at the end of the interview process, the agent will be able to give you an estimate of the results on your tax return. He'll write that on this little card and tear it off and give it to you as you leave, and bring your file by the cashier's desk here on your way out. From there, your file gets logged into our book by the number on the control card and the agent you're assigned to, so that we can track your file as it goes through our system and is being processed. From there, your file goes to the review department. We're going to have two people review all of the information in our computer system about your taxes. We look to see which parts of the tax code are applicable to your returns and how we treated those items. If we have questions, we first go to the agent that interviewed you. If he doesn't have the answers, then he may call you up on the telephone and say, hey, what about this or that? So if you get a phone call from us, don't be alarmed. It's just our way of being thorough. There's a good chance you won't get a phone call from us. And from that point, once we're satisfied that we've done everything in our power to be sure you don't overpay your taxes, we'll transmit your returns securely and electronically to the federal and state governments. And usually within 24 to 48 hours, they'll give us an acknowledgement that they've accepted your returns. Once we receive that acknowledgement, then your file moves from the review department to the next station where your keep copies of your returns are printed and assembled, and your file goes up in the interviewer's box. And a couple of 3 days from now, the interviewer will come up, retrieve your file, carry it back to his desk for one final review before he signs off on a cover letter to you explaining what took place, and he signs your keep copies of the tax returns. At that point, the agent brings your file to our mail station, and our mail clerk will review your file to see if you have anything that you need to mail to the federal or state governments. If so, she'll give you pre-addressed envelopes. Go ahead and weigh it for postage and put the postage on there for you. So all you have to do is drop the item in the mailbox. Now, at that point, your file goes back to the control desk. We log out that we've completed all the work on your taxes, and your file goes in our current files. And we keep the last 3 years in that paper file because the statute of limitations are open on those. Now, once these tax returns are filed, if you should receive any correspondence from the federal or state governments, you simply pick up the phone and call us, fax it to us, scan it and email it, or bring it by our office, and we'll take care of it for you. If you should be audited on these tax returns, we will assign an enrolled agent to go down and represent you. We don't want you to go. You stay at home, go to work, do whatever you normally do, and we'll handle it for you. And we waive our representation fee. If you came to my office and said, hey Greg, the IRS is auditing us on a prior year tax return that your firm did not do, we'd charge you to go represent you. But when we prepare the tax returns, we waive that fee. That's our way of standing behind our work. And we hope to hear from you soon.